Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Excuse me, my name is Satori. I might have a message for you today. So don't forget to hello, Archangel Michael. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're using the Crow Tarot today. You can also click the join button below to get access to extended content, extended readings. There will be an extended for this reading. I actually have this younger male spirit coming through and he's making it very clear to me that he passed from an overdose. Trigger warning. Some form of poison to the body. He says he didn't try to get any emotional support before his passing. My throat feels like it's closing up. He says I should have picked up the phone to call. I have to go live. Sorry, I have to go live. This man is trying to come through for someone on TikTok. I have to go live. Sorry. I'm like, I don't even know if I should keep this recording. Should I record my process and just post it to my members only? I don't know. Oh, he's here. Okay, so I'm currently live. I think I will post this to my members only. So I'm trying to get the screen. Ah, there we go. Okay, guys, I'm live currently. I'm also recording a video on YouTube. I wasn't going to go live first. I was going to record a video on YouTube, so I started recording and I'm still recording just because I feel like I want to keep recording. But something in my heart told me I need to come here today. And I know for certain that I have somebody's loved one with me, so I'm just gonna have to let everybody join and then I can get into who the spirit is. So, um, I need you to step closer, please. Thank you. All right, where do I want to put you guys? I'll put you here. Okay. You're hanging on my computer. Well, my partner's computer. Nice to see you. How are you doing tonight? I already have a loved one here. I'm literally recording a YouTube video. And I was like, I might have a message for somebody. And then this spirit just came through. And this spirit is this younger man that he was like, go live, go live, go live. And I'm like, okay, I'll go live. But I'm also going to keep recording because I kind of want people to see what it looks like when you just have a spirit come through. Um, and I know that he's going to reach his person, so I'm going to keep him here as long as possible. I'm going to do everything on my end to get him to where he's meant to be. Um, so if you have never been here before and you're just joining, my name is Satori. I'm 25. I'm a psychic medium. And I do spirit-led mediumship streams here on TikTok for the most part when I come here. That's what I'm aiming to do, as well as collective psychic readings, paid tarot readings for those that really feel like they need a message about their love life, career, general life advice, and they need it like tonight. I'm here for whatever spirit needs me to be here for, and I do have this younger man with me, but I have to give him time. And I also have to give the stream some time to pick up. So if you guys don't mind, please tap the screen, share the live. It lets people know that I'm here. I have this gentleman spirit with me. I will give the details when I feel ready, so don't push me and don't rush me and do not spam. These mediumship streams can get really chaotic if you don't have good boundaries with people. And just because I'm a medium and I'm offering something to you and being very kind does not mean I'm a doormat. So do not spam and push me around. You will get blocked. I don't care how that makes you feel. Simply put, if you can't respect my energy, why should I let you stay in my space? All right. So do not push me to get the information quicker or to give you a reading, you know? Um, I feel so much love from this gentleman, and I just am going to keep him here because he has multiple people he wants to come through for, actually. He's going to try to relay messages for people that are not or in the space. Um, thank you guys so much for tapping the screen. If you are new here and want to introduce yourself, I love astrology, so drop your big three if you know your big three, or just your sun sign if you only know your sun sign. Um, I don't want to tell anyone uh what my sign is. I kind of want to see if anyone wants to guess as we go along, but if you are new here and you want to guess, oh my goodness, welcome, Jessica. Aries Sun, Virgo Moon. Virgo. Whoa, that Virgo energy is intense. Wow, okay. Moon and rising and Aries. Whoa. And I've always found Aries and Virgos to be so opposite of each other as well. So that is so intriguing to me. That is so intriguing to me. Oh, goodness. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to tap the screen, share the live. I'll get into who this spirit is in a second. When I bring through the details, basically, I'm asking that you guys either take it or leave it. If it's not for you, don't be like spamming the chat or trying to get me to bring through your grandpappy. Like, hold your comments, let this spirit come through, please. And if you do resonate with it, take the message. Simply put, just go, oh yeah, whatever. Don't give me more though than just validate, like, oh wow, I can understand that. That makes sense. Don't feed me information in the chat before I've even had a chance to start channeling. That like removes the entire purpose of one of these streams, which is to like surprise you guys and make it magical and fun. Hello, hello, hello. I do offer private sessions. Y'all are welcome to check out my reviews and book a private session if you're interested. TidyCal link in my TikTok bio. Same for you guys here on YouTube if you're interested. Thank you guys for following. By the way, I am making a YouTube video recording these readings. I'm gonna record the spirit led tonight and then post it to my YouTube. I was gonna make it like a members only thing on YouTube, but I'm starting to see that that's not the point of this. So thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Thank you for the heart meet. Archangel Michael. Hello. Can you help me bring through this gentleman because he's feeling quite guilty. I wonder how recent he's recently passed in the last 2 years. And he feels quite well, he is, responsible for his own passing, unfortunately. He's in what he was in his 20s or late 20s, early 30s. Or maybe he just looked older than he was, but to me he looks like he was aging very quickly. Um, his body was that's really sad. Take a breath for me, sir. Come here, come closer. I'm not here to judge you. I just want to help you get to your loved one. It's okay, just spirits do feel emotions, you guys, okay? Life continues after death. Feelings don't go away. I will say, I feel like crying. Oh, sorry, guys. Empath, clairsentience. suffering, the kind of suffering that you experience here on this planet, you don't bring that into the afterlife. Okay, unless you are, say you're like a very dark spirit like Ted Bundy. Someone like that is not going to have the same experience when they pass on, right? That's not me saying they're going to like fire and brimstone, like, ooh. I actually don't know that I believe in that. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you guys for the follows. Woo, I have chills. 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 Holy woo! Edward. Hi, Edward. Okay, I don't know if this younger man's name is Ed or Edward, or if he has a loved one in spirit named Edward, but I've got an Edward coming behind him. So, hello, Edward. Hello, darkness, my old friend. He's singing that song to me. Okay, singer, or he would have been a musician or wanted to be a singer, had a beautiful voice, but he didn't take it seriously. He says, I did not like singing in front of everybody. Okay, like this younger man that I'm talking to, I'm gonna pull him forward all the way. I need him to have the spotlight. He's the reason I'm here today. Honestly, he pushed me to go on right now. Um, I'm literally shaking right now because he was, whoa, yeah, okay. He feels really bad about what he said to his sisters. He says sisters. There's two or more. He's saying something about country music. He's saying messy upbringing. He's saying barbecue. Someone's had a party or a barbecue or that's relevant in some way. I'm getting a deep south energy, so it could be Florida. It could be somewhere else that's just very southern roots, southern. He says he had anger problems. He says they took him out of school at one point because of it. He says I started really, 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 really innocent and very sweet. And then he says as he got older, he was very angry and he started running around with people that were very bad for him. And I feel like it led to him cheating on a partner. Like, this is very bad. This is like, I totally went down the wrong path and I broke my partner's heart. He says he cheated and it was a big deal. He says everybody knows about it now. He says it's not a secret. Everyone would know about this. He's very guilty. He feels very guilty. Okay, he says he took the car and he just went. All right, I'm gonna keep going with him. I need to bring through. He has brown hair and green eyes and pale skin, and he's skinny. Green eyes, brown hair, pale skin. Maybe his eyes were also not just green, but a little bit of something else as well. Tired boy is what I'm hearing. Okay, so he was dealing with anxiety and depression. He says he messed up really bad, never forgave himself for it, and it led to his passing. So he had a really dark past, started to try and do better, and then gave up on himself because he felt like he wasn't forgiven and he could not forgive himself. So this is a younger man. Can you tell me how old you were? I think he was 30. I want to say he's 30. Almost 30 or 30. He says, I wish they didn't go through my phone though. I don't know why he says that. I wonder if, okay, I'm understanding here. He's embarrassed because he feels like people saw, okay, he says, especially when I was younger, they went through my stuff. I don't know why, but it feels like he got in trouble. They went through his stuff and they found really embarrassing things like, I don't know. I don't know. He was getting into things way too young, is what I want to say, and he feels embarrassed about it. Um, I did see the name Edward around him. It did feel like it could have been another person because I saw this like masculine guy behind him, and that man came through and said his name was Edward. Edward. But I'm kind of more honed in on this younger gentleman. That would have passed within the last few years. Now he comes through looking like a teenager, but he wasn't a teenager when he passed. To be honest, his mentality was very immature. Okay. So like I'm gonna be honest and say like, yeah, like he was a little bit older, but his mentality was still that of a 17-year-old boy. I don't think he ever went to therapy. I don't think he wanted to. I don't think he forgave himself. It was a feeling of like, I don't want to move forward because I cheated. Like it literally gives, I cheated. And I feel like he maybe lost his family or lost access to someone that he really wanted to stay close with. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the follows. I'm just really in tune with this gentleman. By the way, this younger gentleman, he was like 30 when he passed. That's pretty young in my opinion. Um, he had brown hair, green eyes, and pale skin. And I'm gonna be honest and say that he was not taking care of himself, so he probably looked a little older. And what happened? He says it doesn't matter how many people try to encourage you. If you don't take care of yourself, no one else can help you. So he started on that journey of taking care of himself and then quit. And he tried to admit himself or was admitted into a rehabilitation center, is what he says, before his passing. I wonder if that's okay. Hi. Hi, Nyla. What are you doing? My doggy's in here. Charlie. I wonder if his name was Charlie or if he knew a Charlie. I'm just getting so many fucking names. And don't worry, I'll bring through Edward in a minute. He's still there. We'll get more details. Hello, hello. They just know better than to overload me. And when I tell them to like step back, they step back. Because I'm like, bro, don't overstimulate me. There's a lot of people here. Um, he says he took his own life. I just have to put that out there again. That is how he passed, okay? And he did it in a very, very, very harsh way, is what he tells me. Again, he's 30, brown hair, green eyes. Um, I would say slender. If you can take those details, just take the details, just let me know. You don't have to. I know he has an apology though, and I would love for him to have the chance to bring it through, but at the same time, um, hi, hello, hello. You can take that. Okay, so can you just repeat the information that resonates for you? Um, 30, I wouldn't say later 30s. I was seeing like 30 or almost 30 or 30, like it would have to be 31 maybe, not veering too far because this is not someone that worked at feeling better. Unfortunately, this was someone that wanted to be gone. I know that sounds sad. I'm sorry. I just have to bring it through. Um, he's definitely not old enough to be in his 40s. He's not giving like older dad vibes. Um, I'm okay and content with being a little off on the age, but really like it would not be like he's not in his 40s. And again, the mentality, I'll go back and repeat this part. His mentality was that of maybe someone that was more immature. Um, because again, he wouldn't get help. Um, again, his mentality was just pulled down. Like I can't explain it. I feel like he just stopped developing like because he was embarrassed. I'm telling you, his path was very dark. He was so chained. He had some addictions. He was chained and he didn't want help. And I'm feeling burning on the left side of my hand. I don't know why. Um, that burns. Something's burning here. So that could make sense for him. I don't know. He's crying. I will say he's crying and saying, I'm not the person I was when I left. He says I could have done better. I really could have done better. He says, I don't know why he says I can't even look at that version of me because that's not who I am at all. So while his spirit is, he's like in the arms of spirit essentially, he feels safe to feel this pain. He never felt safe to feel his pain, okay? And now he feels safe to feel his pain. There is this father figure with him, and I did see him coming forward for sure, with a lot of protection. Um, can you tell me what you did, please? You don't have to tell me about your passing, but like, just tell me a little bit more about yourself. I feel like, okay, take your time. He says he doesn't like how he was with his physical environment. I feel like he was harsh. I feel like like if he walked into a room, maybe he slammed doors, maybe he um was also hard on his physical body. So when he was mad at himself, I feel like he was probably, ugh, so mad at myself, like just very harsh with his body. He says, I felt like it was everybody else's fault. He says, that wasn't me though. That was just who I became, but not me and my soul. He says it's so confusing to be one person and to act like the opposite of that. Did he get charged with something? He is embarrassed about something that was found either before his passing or after. And that was a big feeling that came through. Um, he's embarrassed because he says they went through his things and he got charged with something. Um, or like got in trouble because of it. Okay. Do you want to come in? You don't have to. But you're welcome to come into like the box or whatever. If you are on a time restraint, that's totally fine. I don't really know how to do that. I'll have to figure it out really quickly. I have friends that know how to do it though, so you will. Okay, great. Let me see. How does one? I will figure this out. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll figure it out. Okay, I sent you an invite. It should let you come into the box. Thank you so much, Janelli. I really appreciate you. Hi.
Hey girl, didn't hear like any of the beginning parts, so I just want to make
You're
sure like
Southern.
everything that you were saying at the end I could take.
You're Southern. Okay.
I am.
Okay, that makes sense to the spirit that's coming through. Was he also Southern?
Yes, he was.
Okay, y'all, did I not bring up the Southern accent like before she came
See,
in here?
yeah, I didn't hear all of that.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, thank you for being open to coming into the box. I don't normally do that, but he's the reason I'm live tonight. He literally made me go live. So I'm here. And I kind of want to see what he has to say to you, if that's okay, and just kind of keep channeling.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, okay. Wow, the Southern accent really like threw me for a loop because I was like, that is so similar to what I heard. I was like deep South energy. I heard that energy. Like I heard the accent and it just sounds so, yeah, that's very distinct. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, first and foremost, do you understand him being a cheater? Because that was something that came through really strong, like a cheater, maybe lying about things and I feel like hiding things from people. Like, I just, when he came through to me, he was very guilty, and that was what he was guilty for, was like keeping things a secret and trying to act like he was better than he was, or like he was healthier than he was. I don't know. He just didn't want people to see. Yeah. Um,
Absolutely. And he used to always tell me that like before me, and he was very honest. Like he was a horrible person as far as the cheating and the
yeah.
lying about all of the things that he did, like all of it. And which he still lied to me
Yeah.
about things, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, okay. I'm telling him to take a deep breath because, ooh, he's like, I've got to do some explaining. Not that it's gonna help at this point. Not really. It doesn't go back and fix things. But he wants you to know that he has felt all of the feelings that you felt tenfold as a result of his behaviors. So he did not escape anything. The intent was for, he says, I feel guilty because the intent was for me to escape responsibility and accountability, and I was running away from my feelings. And I understand now that all that did was hurt everyone in the process, especially you. Um, Running away wasn't the answer because I only ran harder into my emotions and had to feel them even harder and had to see how I made you feel and how I made everyone around me feel. He says I deserved to lose everything. That doesn't mean I don't love you and love everybody, but yeah, because I'm getting that there is deep love. Um, yeah, and I was feeling very emotional at the beginning of this stream before you came in here. Because the way that he came through, he just came through like honestly, like crying a lot and being an emotional person. And I'm like, I know, because I see who you were when you were living. I saw his energy, and it's so opposite. Like how he was acting was not who he really was deep down. So like I feel like a lot of people could see his heart and see that deep down there was a lot of softness. And the reason why he acted the way that he did a lot of the time was because he was soft and didn't want to accept that. So he was like masking as this other person, trying to be cool and get approval and validation. And he says, all I wanted was validation. And that just made me a very insecure person. And I was seeking validation from these other people. And I want you to know that it never ever helped. And it was the worst thing I could have ever done. And he's just repeating things, but he's wanting to apologize to you and tell you that he can't fix it, but he does feel the pain. Um, and he feels it very deep in his heart, in his spirit. He feels it. He says, he is at peace, all right? I want to make that very abundantly clear. While he's coming through and he's very apologetic and he's had to deal with consequences and feeling the feelings of it, he is in the arms of spirit essentially, and he wouldn't be coming through as this softer version of himself if he wasn't somewhere safe. So he feels safe finally, and he wants to tell you he's sorry for not making you feel safe. That is his biggest regret, and I have chills right now.
That makes 100% sense.
Um, He's gonna show you a mount. Okay, that's a very specific sign. He says, I'm gonna show you a mountain, or he's gonna send you to a mountain, or something like that. And he's gonna be with you on the mountain. And that was a very specific message. He says, as a way to heal your heart, he's putting you somewhere in nature where he can be with you and you can heal together. And he can walk alongside of you and also everyone else that he hurt as well, because he hurt multiple people, um, really bad. So he has a lot to make up for, and he's going to be bringing through a softer energy from now on. And he says, I want to make it very clear that I'm here for you. I know it's late, it's very late, but I'm here for you. And you can ask me for emotional support and you can ask me for whatever you need. And I don't care what I have to do. I'll find all the angels, all the support on the other side and make sure you have what you need. So he can't make it up to you the way he wanted to, but this is his next best option is being a supporter on the other side. So this is how he's choosing to do better. He says, I will never ever forget the pain I put you through.
Can I clarify something that you just said? I just want to say something. So, my son is actually in the mountains right now with his dad,
Whoa.
their family. And if he hurt anybody the most, it would be my son.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
I have chills right now. Um,
me too.
he says, oh, I have chills. Okay. He says, that young man is the smartest young man, and he doesn't know how far he's gonna go, but he's gonna go really far. I feel like crying right now.
That makes sense too. Lots of sense.
He says that there's more than just him around your son as well. I see like this older woman, maybe a grandmother, maybe, but she's coming through and she's very soft in his energy. She just says, you don't need to worry about him. He says, you don't need to worry about him. He's always loved and protected, and his heart has healed in ways because he's just so smart. I just feel like he's very intuitive and smart. Smart.
Yes, he's a very, yeah, spot on right there. Yep.
Yeah. He says, please don't worry about him. He has a huge, bright future ahead of him, and he's not going to take any sort of dark path because he's surrounded by the right people. Chills. Yeah.
That makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me just see. Do you have anything else you need to tell her? He just says, just one more time, I'm sorry and I love you. And he wants to just let you know that he's going to continue to be with you. Do you have any questions you need to ask him before he like dips out of my energy? Thank you.
No, I really don't. But I thank you so much for this.
Of course. No, you don't have to do this, but I do have a link in my Tidycal where you can leave a review. If you get the chance and feel drawn to doing so, you're welcome to do that. But no worries either way. I'm just glad that you were able to receive it.
Absolutely, I will gladly do it.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much
much.
again.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you guys for the gifts, by the way. I see them coming in. I just want to say hello to everybody that has joined, and I've not really been able to say hello. So these are spirit-led readings tonight. Essentially, spirit-led is just I bring through details from your loved ones. Um, and then yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. There's a lot of spirits. Is the list open? Absolutely, Denny. I have like one more spirit led I'm going to be doing after this. So just so you guys know, I'm also offering psychic tarot reading. So like if you're interested in general like career, love life, self-love, like is that are they a real friend? Blah 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 blah. Any question you could pretty much ask. In regards to your general life, you can ask that there. Now, mediumship over the live is spirit led. So I want that to be spirit led because there are always so many spirits that want to come through and I want to let them come through. I want to give them a voice. So that's why I do the spirit led, those are the free readings I offer. Um, let's see here. You guys can book private mediumship sessions. Absolutely. Any sort of private, you can do private mediumship, you can do private psychic readings, whatever. I've got my Tidy Cow link in my link tree, so click on my TikTok account. Yeah, pretty much. Yay! Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, drop your zodiac sign. I want to read you to filth based off your zodiac sign. Okay, I did have an Edward coming through. I wonder if, yeah, this is an older Edward. This is older Edward. There may be more than one Edward, so I need to clarify this is older man. Um, you can drop all three. I mean, sure. The more information, I just love astrology. I haven't like studied astrology, I'm gonna be honest, but I'm intuitive with it and I've met a lot of signs and I just, yes, I'm okay, Gemini. Geminis, try to stay out of your head. That's my advice for Geminis. Libras, don't be scared to set boundaries. Pisces, give yourself a little bit of love right now. You might be feeling tired. Leos, make sure you post your content or make your art or do your creations. Scorpio, you're not too much. You are just enough. Um, let's see here. Taurus, you are allowed to shine bright, and yes, sometimes people are really jealous of you. Aquarius, you are very quick-witted and very funny, and you should give yourself credit for that. Um, hello, 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 hello. Okay. Okay, so let me bring through Edward really quickly. I wonder if he was a teacher of some sort. Let me just see. I just feel like he maybe had an extensive knowledge of the earth because I saw him like, oh, did you know that this plant does this? Or did you know that this, I don't know, he just has a lot of facts. He's coming through. No, it's not even just about earth, it's about everything. So he would have probably been very well educated. I wonder if he went to, I don't know how, but he just has a lot of life he just has stuff stored up here that a lot of people maybe wouldn't have stored up here, just like random facts. So he's giving off Aquarius energy. My partner's an Aquarius and he has the same vibes. Um, doesn't mean he is an Aquarius, but it's an Aquarius trait is just to know certain things. But this gentleman, he's coming through in an orange shirt. I don't know why he's coming through, and he's showing me a tractor, so that could be significant. Um, living out in the country, maybe like when I see a tractor, it reminds me of when I was younger and lived out in the country and I saw tractors everywhere and cows and I don't know. He's just talking about I see this huge that's where he's at. He's in this huge open field. This is his heaven. Okay, so he was religious because he has a very traditional looking heaven and I don't hate it. I love it. It's beautiful. A lot of the older generation when they think of heaven, they think of like like the pearly gates and you step into heaven and like huge hills of green and sunshine. And I feel like a lot of people in general think of the spirit world like that, the heavenly dimensions, and it can look like that. The truth is that heaven, when you get to the other side, is whatever you want it to be. Right? Because you are a creator. In your soul, you're a creator. So when you get to the other side, you return to the never-ending canvas, the canvas that just goes on, right? Like it's just a canvas. And you're given all the paintbrushes you could possibly need. If you're like a singer and you get to the other side, you're going to have stage after stage after stage, and you're going to be selling out arenas because look, all these spirits can come to your shows. Like this is what I mean about spirit and heaven and the other side. It's whatever you want it to be. You're a creator. And so when people ask me, like, what is the other side? What is it like? Well, I do believe that you rise, your spirit rises up, essentially. Rising up, okay? Um, you're gonna rise up, basically. And then you go to that heavenly place in your mind, that place where you imagine and you create. And that is how we unlock our mediumship abilities on this planet. We unlock the ability to imagine and wander off in the brain. And yes, sometimes it gets some of us into trouble, and we have to stay grounded and make sure we take walks. And we don't want to go through like spiritual psychosis, so we got to stay grounded. However, if you can strike a good balance, you can unlock so much psychically just by like practicing meditation, practicing letting your mind wander. That's what that is. What is? Sorry, what did I say? No, seriously. Um, People ask me all the time, like, how do you channel? Well, first of all, I connect with my inner child and I get my energy in a place where I need it to be and take care of myself. And then I let my mind wander. And when my mind wanders, I find these spirits. That's just what happens for me, right? That's what that is. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You can think of it like you have open space. You've got open space and it's your job to fill it. So when people say things like you're a co-creator with spirit, you really are. You are a co-creator with spirit. This older gentleman, I don't know what he's showing. He's like yawning. So he's telling me that the person he's coming through for is tired and needs to go to bed or needs to take a nap or something, drink some sleepy time tea, get some rest. But he wants to talk about someone's sick. Hold on. This Edward gentleman is telling me that someone in the family is not doing well. Someone is sick. Is it an older woman? Yes, potentially. Um, I'm just feeling this energy of people are tired, but mainly this one individual. Okay, so interesting. Somebody's grandmother or mother sick, maybe in a nursing home or not able to take care of herself, getting older, something along the lines of this. Someone is in charge. Someone is in charge of taking care of this mother figure. Okay. And he's talking about so much stress and bills. Okay. So this Edward that I have, um, is very specifically coming through for someone that's very burnt out and very triggered because maybe you're not getting enough support taking care of this elder. Um, or maybe you're kind of worried about what's going to happen if you can't manage all the stuff, like your stuff and this person's stuff as well. So I'll try my best. To be honest, the way he's coming through, he makes me feel like he really does make me feel like somebody needs a break. I keep hearing you need to step outside more. Yeah, take time out. Thank you for reposting. Thank you for sharing the live. So, okay. I don't know why I'm getting this image in my head. Sometimes when people get older, they don't like that they can't take care of themselves, so they take that pain out on other people. I don't know if that makes sense. This reminds me of like my grandma Helen. Sorry, grandma Helen, but we're gonna talk about you for a second. She would like pop off on us a lot. Like It was this feeling of I can't take care of myself. This fucking sucks. I'm annoyed, and you're here taking care of me. Um, I think I can take this. Talk about. Do you understand Edward though? Because he came through and I heard Edward in relation to him. Um, that's how your dad was when he was sick, he would get mean, right? Because some people don't like having to ask for help. Some people feel like it makes them weak, and then they're like, God dang it, like, and it also requires them to slow down and feel their feelings that they've been refusing to feel. Some people don't feel their feelings, they just work all the time, or they just do a bunch of things. And I'm kind of getting this download about maybe this older woman being very, is she pushy? It's the grouchy granny. Hold on, ever be her deceased pap's younger brother, Eddie. Okay. Um, give me a second. There's this episode of Bluey. I just have to talk about this. I don't know if anyone here watches Bluey. I have a 5-month-old, so I watch Bluey. Oh, I know Bluey. Um, basically, oh, my heart is beating so fast right now. There's this episode of Bluey where there's the grouch, they pretend to be grouchy grannies. They dress up like these old women and they pretend to be grouchy grannies. Give me one second here. And I'm just seeing this image of a grouchy granny. She's a grouchy granny and she's not feeling very happy right now with her life. And he's telling you that you need a break from her. I keep hearing, "Oh, you're gonna lose it if you don't." He's making me feel like sometimes you have to step away from someone like that. Tell yourself that they are in the worst state they've probably ever been in. Does it excuse the behavior? No. You are allowed to set boundaries with these. I don't care if they're on their deathbed. You can say, "Hey, drop the fucking tone," or like, "You need to not talk to me that way because I'm trying to take care of you." I'm getting this energy of like you're gonna lose it if you don't speak up or if you don't find a way to deal with the stress of the situation. So whoever's taking care of this woman really, really needs a break and really needs time away from her and needs a little bit more help because I'm just feeling this energy of like, why, why is it all on you? I don't know why I'm getting that. There's so many people that could be helping and they're not helping. Oh my gosh. Okay. And it's falling on people that it should not be falling on. This is so frustrating. Um, I don't know why I'm getting this energy of like, oh, she's pissing her off. Okay, okay. Yeah, maybe. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I just see like, sorry, this gentleman is like, I can't even get close to this older woman because she's so angry. She's like turning away all spiritual support. She's so angry, she's pushing everything away. Am I going to go to the nurse and she's not happy? I do get, yeah, yeah, all right. Definitely makes sense, right? Because holy crap. Um, I keep hearing don't let her yell at you. So if she starts yelling at you, you walk away and say, I'm not gonna help you if you're gonna yell at me. Okay? Or I'll come back later once I've calmed down, but I'm about to pop off, all right? It's totally normal to want to pop off when someone's being completely unreasonable. Oh my goodness, I don't care how old you are. You better not look at me that way because I give a fuck about myself. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We're not playing games. Don't you talk to me that way. I remember. I was 14 taking care of my grandma Helen. She was in her 90s, okay? This woman looked at me and said I wasn't her real granddaughter. You're not my real granddaughter because you're not my blood. So basically, I don't appreciate anything you're doing with me. And I was living with her, 14, and living with her with no internet and no friends and no way to get out and taking care of this woman. And she looked at me and said that to me. She also said I was fat. Girl, what you talking about? Now, as an adult, I look at that and I'm like, I should have popped off, right? But also, I do understand your pain, okay? I just want to tell you I understand your pain. Woo! This is like triggering something so deep within me. Beth is a saint for, yeah. She's getting like scolded. This is crazy. Okay. He's saying something. I love the roses. Oh, I wonder who said, okay, I don't know what that's about. I don't know if he said that or I just heard someone say in my ear, just want to say I love the roses. And I was like, do I have roses right now? I don't have roses, so it's not me. Um, could be for you, could be for someone else. Um, she promised her pap on his deathbed that she would take care of. Okay. That, listen, that makes so much sense to why he would be coming through with that specific message. I'm glad that is making sense. I'm really hating the situation, to be honest. Because it just seems like she's being mentally and emotionally drained. I do feel like he wants to say he's trying to come through specifically to tell her that she's not supposed to do too much right now. She needs to slow down if she can and get more rest. She needs more sleep. She needs more sleep. She needs more rest because of how much she's taking on. She's taking on more than normal right now. Or there's a pressure on her shoulders. I'm just feeling a lot of pressure. So just make sure she's taking good care of her mental health. Encourage her to get rest and sleep, encourage her to slow down, and encourage her to stand up for herself. Because it's not, she should not have to carry on her chest this feeling of anger because she's not feeling safe to speak up for herself or like, you know what I mean? So I feel like he just wants to say, I'm proud of her for doing this, but tell her she doesn't need to feel pressured. You know what I mean? He feels like, he kind of feels guilty. He feels like she feels like he feels like she feels like it's always her job to take care of everyone. So he just wants to tell her to relax a little. That's good. I'm glad things are looking up. Um, she's going to be getting a lot of sleep in the near future. That's going to help her release some of the tension from the situation at hand. And I do feel like he's going to come through to her in a dream. And I'm also seeing a cardinal. So, maybe that will be a sign. Let me see. Can you come? Hold on. Oh, okay. He says he has some games to play. So when he says games, it could be like, maybe he's tossing around a football with someone on the other side. Maybe he's playing golf. Maybe he's just playing any game that he can get his hands on. But he's stepping now into a very playful energy. And I'm feeling like he's wanting to kind of like fly away and do his own thing. So I'm gonna let him go up in a way. Let me see. Do you have any other messages, any final closing thoughts that you need to put out there? I heard find your peace and stick with it. Interesting. Okay. Find something peaceful and just focus on that. So maybe that's your advice for the rest of the day. Hold on. Low power. I've got to plug my phone in. So basically his advice is find something peaceful, stick with it, and just have a good rest of your day. Um, which is good advice. I'm going to stick with that advice as well. Thank you so much for being here to receive him. I appreciate you. I'm gonna move on to my list. I do have two, okay, one more spot available after Denny's first on my list. So it's not mediumship. Let me make it clear. I've done all the mediumship I feel like I can do for the night. Um, that was the spirit-led mediumship. I brought through two spirits. You guys are welcome to book a private session if you need to for a mediumship or anything else. I'll be back on soon to do more spirit-led mediumship on a different stream. But I also have to do psychic messages. So yeah. Um, keep in mind I'm one person and there are dozens and dozens of mediums that can help you and they're just as good as I am. So don't feel like, yeah, don't feel too bad. There is support out there. Thank you guys for tapping. Thank you for being here. Denny, are you here? And if you guys do send, let me know. I've got Cash App and PayPal in my bio. It's Psychic Tarot, so it's 44.44 for about 20 minutes. It's about 20 minutes of a reading. We look at your love life, we look at your career, whatever you need to look at. I always allow you to ask questions about specific areas if you need to. Are they a real friend? Is this a good partnership? Any questions you might have. So I can do one more after this, but other than that, I just want to say I'm really, really glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the YouTube video and say thank you because I've been recording this on YouTube. You guys can go subscribe to my YouTube if you want to go back and watch the spirit-led readings we did. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for watching on my YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.